Hey everybody, it's Lapis Lori. Welcome back to our creative build of the Greek temple. And on our last episode, we finished the little walkway behind us, the pathway that leads to the temple doors. And we had some subscriber input on how to finish the top of it. And so we've gone ahead and completed that. We'll go over, if I can figure out my view. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. We'll go over there. Oh, yeah, I can't fly either. And they suggested that we go ahead and place these even on the top, and I like how it looked. So we went ahead and did that. Turned out really well. Nice and symmetrical. And I did some work on this little tree right here. Remember, we had to move some of it and to finish the build. So we went ahead and repaired it and made it look like a natural tree again. And the next part I want to do right here is the entrance from the water. And I've looked at some Greek fishing villages from all different kinds of angles, and what I mostly see are like little stone walkways that are here. Oh, see, and I want to kind of fix that water because it's falling down there. Let's see if we can get our buckets of water. There we go. We're going to want to fill that up because I don't want that to be empty. I want it to be full of water. There we go. All better. And this was just like an intermediate bridge that we made to get across to this other little leg of land. So we can repair a little bit of this to make it look more natural, like just a big rock dike or whatever they kind of put there to fill it up. And I'll probably actually add a few boulders, not wool, to the top here to make it look like rubble of piled up rock. So it looks like a natural kind of built up rocky walkway, like they've just piled boulders everywhere. Let's see if we can find some smooth stone. That'd be good too. And let's see, maybe a gravel. Put that in there once in a while, make it look a little more natural. A little sink, of course. You know, because we're going to have the boats come up and they're going to come from the water and they're going to dock right here. So we will kind of make this just look a little like piled rubble. Like the idea. Not too tall. Every once in a while we'll put a rock. And I mean, it may not be the easiest thing to traverse, but that's kind of how it was. It was just kind of wild and rocky. I like it. Let's put a little gravel here. Pile it up some. I don't want it too symmetrical. And then there were wooden docks that would come up and the boats would kind of attach to that. So let's see what we can do about that. Get into a little bit of a creative mode here. There we go. Let's do 3 wide. I think that'll be good. That'll give us room to walk and room to put some things on the sides like fence posts if we want. I like that. Okay, so here's our first little dock. I think that'll probably be good. I don't need a whole lot, just enough for a little boat to come in and kind of dock in there. And maybe we'll work on trying to build a little boat. That might be fun. There we go. They might have cleared this out a little bit to walk. So let's kind of do it that way. There we go. I like it. So they would just come in and dock right here. Not the wool. What sort of boat do you think they should have? Most of the Greek fishing villages that I looked at had like little tiny white houses built into the hillside, and this area naturally lends itself to that, I think, because we can totally build some little bitty white houses here all along the side for the fishermen's villages. And this little river goes out, and there's a larger body of water out there. I may have to do a little bit of terrascaping to open it up to make it look more like, you know, it's all open right there. But I like how it kind of meanders in, and it would have been just like a little coastal village. And the Greek hills were like this. They were steep hills in behind, and all the little houses were built all along the shoreline. So we can work on that a little bit today, and maybe, you know, I haven't thought about building a boat yet, but I might do that. I think I'd like to have like a couple little white houses here. So I've got courts here in my inventory, and they weren't very big. They were small houses, so I'm thinking like 5x5s. Totally get rid of this little tree. And they were stacked on top of each other, like big rows of houses. So if this was one house here, let's just have the little walls right here like this. And they were cute little white houses, and they often had blue doors, but we're going to worry about that here in a little bit. If that was one house, this one, let's say, would come in here. And would kind of be built on top of it, like to the side. So we've got these little walls built up a little bit. Okay, so let's fly up and see how they're going to stack. That's pretty nice. I think that one's actually a little too wide, so let's get rid of that. Let's start our wall here. And these are just the foundation walls. We're going to do detail work here in a little bit, but we're just getting the shape of the buildings themselves. And that one's actually a little too tall, because they weren't very big. They were little squatty little white houses. And they all had kind of terracotta looking roofs, which was nice. So we'll see what we can do about that. I can't wait for the next snapshot because they have the hardened clay, which I think will be nice. Be a nice addition. It's a big tree. I hate to get rid of that. I'll leave that one back there, but these gotta go. I like looking at different architectural styles. I have been researching also the French Gothic period. A little project going on that you'll learn more about here shortly on my channel. Got some exciting news for the channel coming up. I can't tell you right just yet, but I'll have a little video out soon. I'm sure probably in the next week about what's going on with that. A little bit of a teaser there for you. You guys got to follow along and learn as I do about my new adventures in Minecraft. I think you'll be just as excited as I am. Okay, so we've got two little houses here. I think I want to leave the little green area here, and I want to build another one just right back here. And they literally stacked on top of each other, and I'm not sure how they got to their houses, but we're totally just going to run with it. Let's have a wall go here, because this will be like a walkway that comes through on this side, right through here, because I want this to be like an elevated walkway that goes up the mountainside. Yep, let's build this up right here. Okay, so this one kind of steps up. Where's the door going to be for this one? Would it make more sense for it to be on this side, like when you approach it from this way? I think it would. I think a door would be here. We could put a little window. And I think there should be a window there. And maybe there, since we got a door here. I'm not going to get too elaborate into the interior on these. I really just want to get it built, the shell of them. So it looks like a little fishing village was populated here based around the commerce of the temple that it brings in. Let's see, we have 3 little houses. There needs to be a little opening on this side somewhere to see the sea, because what's the use of living by the ocean if you can't see it? Okay. And I think there should be another little one right here. Let's start him a little ways back. Maybe not connected. Maybe a little ways off. There we go. The fishermen were very modest. They didn't have a whole lot of wealth. They had love. That's what they had. They didn't have a lot of money. Like a lot of people today, they just kind of did their job and were satisfied. The life of the sea. It was not profitable, but it was pleasurable. I mean, who wouldn't want to live so close to the ocean with these lovely views? Oh, free apple right there. Okay, so here's our little house. Let's have it as a little door offset. I like that plan. That one's a little tall, but that's okay. We can kind of leave it that way. Yes, I have blue sheep. This is the island of the blue sheep for lapis. I think blue is a beautiful color, and we're going to be using it a lot. Greek fishing villages that I've seen as far as resources, their doors were blue. They had a lot of blue accents. I don't know if it was just a color that they had available to them for paint, dye, anything along those lines, but we're going to run with it. Blue was a common color through the 17th and 18th century for sure, so I'm assuming that would be available to them for dye to use for different things. Included would be paint, tile work especially was prominent in the Greek and Roman periods. So we'll see what we can do about including a lot of pretty blues into the design. Oh, what happens there? My computer's been kind of freaking out with this. It will take me to the edit game or the escape game, and I have not pushed the escape button. I've noticed it's been doing it a lot recently. And I think maybe it's just my keyboard. The keys have become sticky. So we may have to invest in a new computer soon. We'll see how it goes. All right, got a couple little, let's put a little window here. I don't want it to look too modern. In fact, we're going to shave off the top layer because that's too tall. All right. I like it. And let's put, we need one right back here. Let's see if we can get it to tie in right here. And have it actually build up over the top of this one and this one, tying it together. These little houses that kind of pile on top of each other are not the easiest to build. You don't want it to look terrible crowded, but they actually were. They were just kind of built on top of each other wherever there was room. And I'm beginning to think they traveled through each other's houses to get to their own, but we'll see if we can get separate entrances on them all. Oh, yep, okay. And how would he get to his house? Here? Yeah. She's just gonna have to be landscaped prune the tree a little bit there. Okay, so he can get to his little home right here. And we'll work on cute little pathways and everything eventually. Window, 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 back entrance. All right. So let's go take an aerial view here and see what that looks like. Take a step back. Okay, so you're coming to the, yeah, see how that looks? That looks good. I like it. And I probably won't put too many more because it's going to be a small little village, but this will be eventually a place for these two villagers over here in their little single hut, because I'm going to move that hut, but I want the villagers to come over here. So we'll minecart them around and probably put some doors up here. All right. Fill in these walls. I don't think they're going to have too much dirt inside their house, but you never know. Okay, let's get some doors on here so our villagers will think this is their happy home. And how about some steps? Let's see. Got a lot of oak wood trees. Let's see if we can put oak steps and see how that looks. It can happen. Let's see. Do we want the doors to be high? Don't necessarily need a step for that one. And this guy, he had a back door, right? So let's do the front one first. And then a back door. Lamp. This seems like it should be taller, but, you know, maybe not. Does he need a back door? No. Maybe a side door. Villagers like doors. Be all good. That way they can get to the different places. Let's put another one here. Inside and outside entrance. I like the little extra door. That's kind of cool. These guys can get to their courtyard there, and tell you what, they can also come here. Oh, I don't like how that's sitting. Let's fix that. Now, since we've chosen oak, oh yes, I like how that looks. Since we've chosen oak wood steps and things like that, let's go ahead and run with it for our roofs. Hang on just a second. I'm going to check my reference materials, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back, and after looking at the materials, the roofs were not so much arched or peaked, but they were mostly flat. And one of the details I did notice is that they had maybe a little bit of a lip to them, so we're going to use half slabs and go for the bottom half of the block, like so. I know it may make it look a little squatty, but that's the style that I saw in the photos. So we will go ahead and run with it. I think I like it. They're simple, constructed homes. We may have to actually make them a little bit taller in that case. Just maybe one block, just because I like to be able to walk inside of them. And if I'm going to have villages in here, try to populate and do things, because we want it to look lived in, then we're going to have a little bit of a taller thing, because they like to jump around and do stuff. So we'll go ahead and just give everything one more layer, and that'll accommodate the height of the lowered roof of each house. I like it. We'll just run with it. That one's not going to have a window then. Okay. And I did this one pretty low. Let's go inside and see. Oh, see, they can still hop around. It's fine. It'll be right. Okay. Oh, this guy's still got dirt all in it. Okay. You need a door. It's all good. And then do our half slab roof. Hang on a minute and we'll get rid of that noise. Let's do particles, minimal. And that'll reduce the sound of the rain and we'll be able to hear game sound still. Because I hate playing a game and then you can't hear what they're doing. I think it really kind of adds to it. All right, I like that. And let's see. Okay, now let's get this last little roof on here and we'll take a little look at it and see how it looks. So there's the start of our lovely fishing village. I like it, and it appears, you know, kind of populated, and there's still room up here from the bank so that we can have a few little boats pull up directly. And this little, it looks like a rubbled pile here, and I kind of like that idea. I'll stick a torch on there because we don't want bad guys to spawn. Why am I always picking up that wool? I've just got it in a bad spot apparently. And what happens if we, oh, is there just water down there? What about a half slab of rock to give it a little depth? There's a cobble. There it is. Let's try that. Because it may not have always been, you know, perfect. There we go. Oh, no, see? No, I don't like that half slab thing close to the water. That's a funny little glitch where, you know, everything's got to take up a block space, and the half slabs in Minecraft kind of do strange things to it. So, yeah, that's kind of nice. It makes it look a little more rusticated. How about that? We'll do an extra half slab so it looks, kind of give it a little depth. Maybe not a full block there, but a half block. Yeah, that's good. It looks like a rubbled up pile, so they've divided it so they can park their boats nearby. Let's see. I like how it looks from this direction. Let's put a little bit of glass in the windows. We'll use window panes. Window penises, as Corellis calls them. I think that's comical. All right, do we have any more windows? I don't know if we do or not. I think there needs to be a window here. Absolutely. And maybe here. And what about over here? This guy's got pretty good views going on. Did we have one here? Let's do that. And so there we have our little fishing village. Here, this guy needs windows right here. Can't drop down for some reason. Okay, we need a light here, so let's do that. Looks pretty good, and we could work on the interior another time. I think for today that's good. And when we come back, we'll work on the little blue accents of the doors and things like that. We'll see how we can incorporate that in using our lovely blue sheep. And for now, thanks for coming to visit me here in my little Greek temple area. I appreciate you coming by, and we'll see you later.